man. You hear me up there? Good afternoon. Turn it down. Is that better? Good afternoon, relatives. My name is Robert Satayakam. I'm from the Puyallup tribe down in Tacoma. It's good to see you here gathering for a good reason, a good cause. And hopefully our voices and our spirits and our message will be heard by those up there, by those that are over there, and by all those that are here. And by it's good to see you in good demonstration for my tomorrows that are here, these little ones here that are amongst us here. And I just want to tell our older relatives here that we have the perfect opportunity to showcase the oldest teaching and the highest teaching of all, and that's by leading by example. We are the pictures that's worth 1,000 words, what we say here, how we behave here, and how we display our attitudes here. And today we're gathered here, I guess, in protest or in to talk down or not support the C word, Columbus Day, that the other people are honoring on a federal level. The banks and institutions and the schools that honor this genocidal part of history. I try to, I'm a peacemaker, if you will. And so to come here and I really don't want to protest because I think like attracts like. And so I want to put my best red foot forward and let the other one follow, and to say that perhaps we should maybe move our energies and create our own day that we can all get behind and support in direct opposite of this Columbus Day that these people seem to honor. I'd like to see it erased from the history books and not taught in our schools. This chapter, this person who brought on a Holocaustic attitude, behavior, and put this treatment upon the people when he reached the shores. This drunken, lost intruder does not need to be celebrated, but needs to be erased from our books, erased from our memory, erased from future teachings, and handed down. And so it hurts me that our little ones got to see this. The people display this in today's world. It's 2010 out there, you know. We're living in 2010, and these people that promote that we're living a politically correct life, I'd like to see them demonstrate that by taking these words and these chapters out of these history books, you know, that are being taught to these little ones that are their impressionable minds here, and for us to be put in our face each and every day. You know, what happened here not so long ago with John T. Williams. You know, again, you know, they're trying to sweep it under the rug here, and for this to be put in our face again, for us to come together as brothers and sisters. You know, I raise my hands to you in the best way I can today for being here in solidarity for something that's meaningful. You know, and I hope that it's being heard. I hope that it's going to be understood. You know, so we have to continue to pray, because there is a lot of power in prayer. And so if each and every one of us can do what we are, we are spiritual and reverent people. We are stewards of this land. And if combined with our prayers and our efforts, these kinds of days, we could be the days of the past, where, you know, this means something, and we don't have to gather again in protest of a Holocaustic event and attitude and person. And so I just want to kind of say that much, and I thank you for allowing me to use this microphone and share a little bit of my attitude, my behavior, and I hope it continues on in a good way. So God bless each and every one of you that are in this beautiful circle here today, because you are beautiful and reverent spirits people. And on behalf of me, myself, and my beautiful wife and my family, we love you, Native American peoples, all of my relations.
Whatever land you're on, it's good to learn the history of the people here, acknowledge them. Because of them, we can live here today. Also, we have a little bit of information about Old Growth Alliance if you're curious. We are a nonprofit. We like donations if you like. It helps us to put on our events that we do at Daybreak Star and other places. So feel free to, you know, learn more about the group. That'd be great. And also we have an email list. This is how we've come together, as we've been working on our email list over the past few years. So feel free to sign up on the email list over there. It's on a clipboard. There should be a pen. It's over there. I'll enter it. So thank you all again for coming out, and thank you, Robert. And I'd like to introduce our next speaker, which is Pamela Masterman Stearns. So if you're in the house, Pamela.
She's over there.
I seen you. Oh.
Good afternoon, everyone. Wasa Yituate, that's Tlingit for how are you deep inside of your hearts and souls. I'm Pamela Masterman, I'm Tlingit, I'm Eagle Shark. My given name is Cleanse. I am the granddaughter of Jim McKinley and Margaret McKinley of Hoonah. I'm also the daughter of late Hazel Hope and Thomas Dalton of Hoonah, Alaska. I'm honored to be here with all of you today. Tabitha asked me to speak today about the Native organization that I have the privilege of leading at the City of Seattle. We're called CNUES, which stands for City of Seattle Native Employees. CNUES is a nonprofit organization run by Native American and Indigenous Nation employees who work for the City of Seattle and related supporters. We exist to create an active network of informed and interested employees who wish to guide the future growth of Native American and Indigenous people, community, and other people of color. Our mission is to raise education, cultural awareness by educating the City of Seattle about its Native American people, history, traditions, art, and storytelling. Promote Native American leadership and promotion throughout all city programs and services, and to promote the hiring and advancement of Native American employees in Seattle. We also work to address, raise, and advance issues that are important to the Native American community and Seattle and beyond. You may be wondering how CNUES affects you. Well, I will talk briefly about the two issues that CNUES is following that directly impact you. The Race and Social Justice Initiative and the John Williams shooting. I want you to know that CNUES is very active in the community. First, part of the CNUES vision is to strengthen the Race and Social Justice Initiative, which is a citywide plan, which is usually known by the RSJI, its initials. The RSJI was created by Mayor Nichols in 2005, and with the goal of eliminating racial inequities of how the city is run, how city government is run. The RSJI tackles racism because race has shaped our institutions and public policies that prevent us from achieving equity. All historically disadvantaged groups, including people of color, women, people with disabilities, experience institutional inequity. Within each of these groups, however, racism has also created powerful dynamics that keep us from working together. We all have something to gain by eliminating racism. In the past, the government's response to inequities has been reflective, ineffective, and weak, and has not focused on the root causes. What we are saying is that if we are really to change economic and social inequities in the system, then we are going to have to look at race and learn the history of racism in order to solve the problem. We all know that this affects us because each of us lives or works, raises our kids, and goes to have a good time in the city. And I don't need to tell you that sometimes our city lets us down. Sometimes we just don't seem to fit in, or we feel hurt, fearful, or alone. The fact is that Native Americans living in Seattle, compared to whites, have double the unemployment rate, earn half the income, have a poverty rate that almost 4 times as high, and our children have the highest dropout rates in the city school system. So we know that things have to change. And we know that our Seattle schools, police, and other government programs have to serve us better. Well, that is what CNUES is fighting for. We are working to make sure that city recognizes and respects and learns about all of the Native American people living here and walking the streets. Do you think that a city who uses Chief Seattle's logo would know more about its own history? Not so, but we are going to change that. We are changing that. We're working to teach the city's mayor, the heads of all of the agencies about you. And we are working to make sure that the city gives us a fighting chance to get hired for new jobs, to make sure that Native Americans have an honest shot at getting promoted. For too long, we have been the last hired and the first fired. That has to change. You may know that you may